11 show rabbits were found inside the vehicle of a missing woman. Her name is Gwen Brunelle, and Gwen was essentially raised with rabbits, if you would. Since childhood, she's been showing, judging, training rabbits. At one point when Gwen was younger, she was actually crowned a rabbit queen. So when Gwen went to her boyfriend of 6 years and said she wanted to travel from Boise, Idaho to California to meet with a show judge and do some training with her rabbits, he didn't think much of it. Gwen prepares for this trip. She packs a week of clothing. She puts some cages in her Honda Element, 11 rabbits, and on June 26th, she heads out. She was wearing casual clothes and a pair of Nikes when she left. Something weird starts right away, though. Her phone stops connecting with the network. It's almost as if her phone had been shut off. There will be no more communication between Gwen and her family. People are calling her, texting her, nothing. But we know that Gwen is okay because 3 hours after she left, she had only traveled 20 miles in 3 hours. She is spotted on a surveillance camera at a gas station. Her family notices something odd. She appears to have changed clothes. She's now wearing a black shirt, black pants, and knee-high boots. She goes inside, she bought some gas and snacks, and she continued on her travels. The next day, Gwen is spotted at a gas station in Oregon. She got some gas, but she went across the street to this convenient mart. She goes inside and she asks the attendant if they had any razor blades. The attendant said, "No, we don't have any razor blades." Gwen buys some peanuts, a gallon of water, and she goes and sits in her car for a while. The attendant was concerned, went outside and asked Gwen if she was okay, and Gwen said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Gwen's mom will eventually say that Gwen took some medication, and sometimes she was known to cut that medication like in half with a razor blade. That's the speculation about that. Gwen eventually drives off. And later that day, Gwen's vehicle is spotted parked on the side of the road here in Oregon. I guess it wasn't abnormal for vehicles to be parked in this area. It will take 3 days for law enforcement to come and check out her car. The police officer who arrives and looks at her car on June 30th notices things right away. Folded next to Gwen's car is her purple bathrobe. It's almost as if it was being used as a cushion. Next to her bathrobe is that gallon of water. Half of it appeared to have been drank. Her windows were all rolled down. It's 95 degrees outside, and 5 of her 11 rabbits had died. Inside Gwen's vehicle is her purse, her credit cards. Nothing seems out of sorts. Her clothes are in there. There doesn't seem to be a disturbance of any sorts. The only thing missing is Gwen, her cell phone, the clothes she was wearing, and those Nike gym shoes that she had left with. Right away, her family's contacted, and right away, her family contacts that show judge in California, and that show judge says that he had not heard from Gwen, that he had no plans to meet with Gwen, no idea. Also interesting is that her travel from when she left to where her vehicle was found was a little bit weird. It's kind of speculated maybe she had changed plans somewhere along the way. A search ensues, and eventually the search is called off because no trace of Gwen is found. Her family puts together their own search for Gwen, and on September 10th, Gwen's shirt was found hanging over a barbed wire fence. On September 23rd, September 24th, Gwen's boots, remember those knee-high boots, and socks are eventually found, but no trace of Gwen herself. There is a lot of speculation about what Gwen was doing. Why Gwen said she was meeting with this person that apparently she didn't have any plans to actually meet with. Why her movement seems a little weird. Some people say maybe she ran off with someone, but her family says there's no way that Gwen would have left those rabbits in the car. She apparently had raised them since they were babies and she loved them. So it's been almost 3 months and there is no word of Gwen. A lot of people wonder. Also interesting was in her car were those clothes that she had left the day of her travel. The clothes did not have any stains. It's been noted, there was no reason for Gwen to have changed out of those clothes that she was seen at that gas station and into those knee-high boots. So what do you think? What do you think happened to Gwen? Did she wander into, it's kind of rough terrain? Or did Gwen meet with someone? Or did something nefarious happen to Gwen?